Hi everyone, this is going to be Eden Zero, chapter 102, Time to Say Goodbye. So yeah, this is quite an interesting chapter indeed. So we start off the chapter with a bit of a struggle for Pino as she has to decide between her original master and her new master, which she enjoys both. And this scene kind of reminds me of Son of the Mask, the final scene, where I think it's the dot is the baby. I think it's the baby has to decide between who he who he wants to be with, his parent or the mask person. So this is kind of the same kind of concept here. Pino has to decide, and everyone's trying to like persuade her on their side. And this is kind of interesting that the four star shines, even though their creator is Ziggs, they've not faltered in terms of their resolve to stick with Shiki. So that's kind of nice anyway. And we already see that Eden's one is coming here as well. And yeah, this is pretty crazy. Um, so yeah, and we see that Pino eventually decides to pick Shiki's side anyway. But we see Zig's his gravity powers is definitely more advanced than what Shiki has anyway, and he like Ziggs kind of topples the entire town. But so we see that Shiki has to go and save Rebecca because of all the rubble and everywhere. So that's pretty crazy. I do like the one where Weiss is also saving Homura, and she has this little cat face, which I do find kind of funny. Nevertheless, so everyone's okay. So that's pretty nice. And we have a bit of a cute moment between Shiki and Rebecca where they're kind of like lying on top of each other. So that's kind of cute. And I do like the way the formation of the rubble is, in a sense that at the peak of the mountain, it's kind of it zigs at the peak of the mountain. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of like a bit of an imagery thing. So I thought it was pretty cool anyway. And Pino, throughout all of that, she still hasn't decided, but eventually, with a bit of persuasion and a warm, heartfelt talk from Shiki, she decides to kind of decide to go with Shiki. I mean, like, I don't understand why she took so long, but nevertheless, she does. And with Ziggs, he kind of understands the situation, and he just kind of flow. He kind of just floats into the Eden's one, and I thought, and it's kind of weird because he just gets off in the Eden's one, and he just goes off. Because it looks like the direction that this character is going to be a recurring character, and a bit of a chase kind of thing. And it's kind of interesting because I thought this was going to be a one and done kind of chapter where this would be resolved here and now on this world anyway, planet, but looks like it's not going to be like this anyway. So that's pretty crazy. And what's interesting is who what the Eden's one is anyway. So we get what do you call it, a reunion with Connor, but this time Connor doesn't know any of them. The only person who knows who Connor is anyway is obviously Rebecca in this instant, and she knows that about the Eden's one. And Zig gives us some background about what the Eden's one is all about, actually. So, with the Zero being the prototype, this is kind of like the more new and improved version of it. So, hence, Eden's one. So that's pretty crazy to think that there's an even better one anyway. And so we can clearly see that Ziggs, his goal is to rule humanity and any robot. Okay, so that's quite, it's kind of like a world domination. And interestingly enough, there's actually four more darks. Actually, these are dark stars. So this time, instead of the Steining stars, he's got the dark stars, and they're supposed to be a more advanced version of the four Steining stars. And if we judge them on the character design, I gotta say, I'm not really big fan of their designs. I do think the big beetle looking one, he looks kind of cool, and the one next to him looks kind of lame. And the clown one looks all right, and the other dude just it looks so regular. But I'm not really a fan of these four dark stars anyway. But it looks like they're supposed to be a parallel of the Eden Zero, so that's kind of interesting. A bit of a a rivalry situation. But I don't think will they be able to chase them away. Are they going to fight here and now, or is they going to fight later on in the cosmos? Anyway, Shiki, my boy, I will leave you the blessing of dying with your friends. So I don't know where this story is going right now. So are they going to fight now, or are they going to fight later? Is he going to be a recurring villain, or is it going to be a fight right now? Because it looks like they're going to blast away, and this will be one of the many things Shiki has to deal with on his plate of as he goes for his adventure anyway. So this little this little detour going to Granville wasn't that good of an idea, and Rebecca kind of had a premonition about this because she did say to Shiki she didn't really know about whether we should go to Granville. That's not Granville, is it? Is it Granville? Yeah, it is. I feel like it is Granville. Yeah. So yeah, she kind of premonition was right, you know. So, and also we still don't know why Connors was even there to begin with. We do know that he had a promise with Ziggs. So was this the promise that was supposed to be? So that's quite interesting to find out. Hopefully we'll get the answers to these sooner or later. But yeah, this was a decent chapter. A lot of new revelations were had. So I'll see you guys next time.